Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here. As you can tell, I'm a little bit more over that cold than we had the last two episodes. It's been a couple of days since I last recorded, and we're here at Wrestle Palooza. 1999, baby. I'm so happy with this right now, with what's going on in the company. Tonight, our main event, former friends collide. This newer, crazier Sabu taking on the ECW World Champion and former friend of his, former tag team champions together, the whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam. We also have Lance Storm and Chris Candido, Shane Douglas's Stormtroopers, taking on Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Brothers, for the tag team championships. We are going to see Shane Douglas's in-ring return. We've got a match between the debuting as a tag team on pay-per-view, Tosetsuba, the Slaughtering Ground, Hayabusa and Tajiri taking on the established veterans here, grizzled young vets, if you will. They're only like 27, 28. The Dudley brothers. And we've got one other tag team match. It's a big, important one. A lot of personal pride on the line, kind of the culmination of a feud that's been going on since like January, December. We're going to see it finally. Dreamer and Sandman versus Awesome and Credible. Without further ado, I just want to quickly show you guys, we are still in the Binghamton Event Center. That's where we were for our taping. I'm very excited to get through this show, so let's... What the fuck? Oh, it was weird. I thought like a cat was there or something like that. But let's just do it. So we open up with a 46D, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine, because we're opening things up with Joey Styles and Chris Cruz welcoming us all to Wrestle Palooza 1999. They run down the card like I just did earlier. I really should wait till this segment to do that type of thing, but I forget sometimes, and it's garbage, and it's terrible, and then people in the comments are like, we actually did a really good job selling out this show, actually. I think we were 7 seats off of a sellout, so, you know, I'll take that. Little do I know, those 7 seats are, like, all very front row on the hard cam, and it looks like shit. No, but overall, good little opener, and we're going to kick off with the tag team title match. I have a cat? Yeah, my cat's trying to get in by scratching. Hold on. We're gonna build suspense. Alright, great. My kitten's in here now. Tag team titles. Lance Storm, Chris Candido, the Stormtroopers, taking on Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Brothers. Let's do it to it. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Excelente. So when about that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, the Hardy Brothers defeat the Stormtroopers in 14-14 when Matt Hardy defeated Chris Candido by pinfall with an Omega event. The Hardy Brothers make defense number 2 of their ECW World Tag Team titles. Candido was the weak link, struggling to keep up their real performance. That's okay. This was an all-out match. I literally gave these guys the ball and told them to go. It's car crash, so it's just big fucking spots. Imagine how the majority of TNA pay-per-views open from 06, 07. You know what I mean? Just with, like, really athletic really athletic, like, technically tight guys, just going out there, putting on a really hype, fast-paced match, leaving it all out there to get the crowd hyped up, and I think they do their job. Black Lad with the rally towels goes fucking mental. Yeah, the Hardy Brothers retain. Great performances from everybody. Candido's performance is attributed to the fact that chemistry bonuses are humongous. I think I've said this already, but they're massive, both in 13 and 16. So that's why the Hardys get such amazing ratings together, but when they're apart, they're getting like high 50s, low 60s. You know what I mean? They're not special talents. You know what I mean? Well, they are, obviously, but they're not as special as the ratings kind of imply. And yeah, moving forward. Oh, wow, Jesus, okay. Right after the bell rings, Sexton Hardcastle, Christian Cage, Angelita run into the ring, and they just beat the shit out of the Hardy Boys. Just big DDT from Sexton to Matt. Christian hits Jeff with a top rope inverted DDT. You know what kind, if you've ever played SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, I believe. That's when Christian had that as his second finish. My cat's being weird. She's like, I've got like a pile of laundry up on this dresser, and she's like trying to climb it. Okay, well, I hope she's alright. But yeah, no, I think the intention's clear enough. Sexton and Christian want to skip the line, right? They just want to... They want to make the tag champs angry, so they demand a match against them. And yeah. Will it work? I don't know. The Hardys aren't really guys to back down from challenges, I don't think. So I think we're looking at probably something moving forward. We see this weird like video package. It's dark and it's twisted. It's got some weird, like, shit with it. There's, like, a couple lines, nothing overly notable, rapping at my chamber door, something like that. And Styles and Cruz, we come back to them, and they're like, the fuck was that? Was that part of the... All right, I don't have that anywhere in our program here, folks, but, you know, we're gonna just keep going here. We've got Tosetsuba versus the Dudley brothers up next. Hope my cat doesn't want out. She's like going towards the door now. I hate recording with my cats just being existent, because it's like the second I start recording, they can't make up where they want to be. Anyways, you know, I've got Tosetsuba taking on the Dudley brothers, and yeah, if we can just get into that right here, and yeah, this is pretty good. And about that, decent wrestling, didn't have much heat. Tosetsuba drew with the Dudley boys, and the referee lost control and stopped the match. That's not what this is. It's a double KO. So, I guess Tajiri and Devon, maybe. Sure, let's go with that. They just straight up knock each other out. They're just brawling away, and I think Tajiri probably sprays Devon in the face with the mist, goes to hit like a big old buzzsaw kick or something like that, connects with it just as Devon's hitting like an uppercut type deal to like the side of the face, and just bang, it connects. Both of them go down, and the ref checks on them, and he's like, fuck, I guess that's it. The fans are not happy. But it kind of makes up for it, because after the bell rings, Hayabusa and Bubba just keep fighting. They just keep going at each other, brawling, tossing each other around. Well, Bubba more or less tossing Hayabusa around, Hayabusa firing back like a spring. And overall, a pretty good segment, if you will. We have good men going to war. Woman, Beulah, Dreamer, and Sandman make their way down to the ring for their match against Just Incredible and Mike Awesome. This feud's been going on for ages. Dreamer being attacked by Credible and then by Awesome, and Sandman fighting Credible and then Awesome, you know what I mean? And now kind of this closing piece here to this feud. And it does all right. That's about right. And about that, I had good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. The Incredibly Awesome Alliance defeat the Sandman and Tommy Dreamer in 1604 when Mike Awesome defeats the Sandman with an awesome fucking bomb. Mike Awesome is the man. Like, fuck. He's so good. I don't really know what to say about this. I think stylistically you can kind of tell what it is. It's a big man, little man dynamic taking on two guys who are kind of underdog, good guys, question mark, because the Sandman isn't really a good person, but he fights for the proper things, I think, on paper. And yeah, overall, great showing for Mike Awesome here. Impressed with the Sandman's rating. Dreamer's rating did pretty well. Credible actually did quite all right for kind of what I think of him. But I don't think I've ever kind of overstated what I felt about Just Incredible. I've always kind of pushed him as this mid-carder type guy who wins some but loses some. But yeah, anyways, that works pretty well for me. And yeah, let's move forward. We have Taz in the ring, and he comes out with his belt, and he says, anybody in the back, they can come out here and have a shot at my belt. I want anybody. I mean anybody. I'm sick and tired of waiting and waiting. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of it. I destroy people. Feed me more. That's a joke with some of the boys behind the scenes. The Taz is like Ryback because he needs to be fed. Feed Taz more. But no, Taz says, "Fuck it, I'll fight anybody from fucking Chris Chetty to Dwayne the fucking Rock Johnson. I don't give a shit at this point. I will rip anybody's head off. I will." And just then, Angle comes out of the crowd, just massive clothesline in the back of the head. Stomp, 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 stomp. Lifts him up, angle slam. Lifts him up, angle slam. Locks in an ankle lock. Just cranks that shit. Lets it go. Lifts him up, angle slam. Stomp, stomp. Lifts him up, angle slam. And then poses with the belt. And I think we know where this is going as well. Shane Douglas makes his way to the ring for his ECW return since his injury. No big build-up for Douglas's return. He's just got a match against Balls Mahoney tonight, testing out, kind of how prepared he is off of this injury. Just checking to make sure nothing's fucked up. No, nothing is fucked up. Shane Douglas is still very, very good. And about that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Shane Douglas defeated Balls Mahoney in 642 with a belly-to-belly suplex. Balls Mahoney in a bout that had great wrestling. Shane Douglas is such a valuable asset for me in this series. I love him. He's so good, and he'll probably get another run with the title, but it would have to be a little bit later on. I've got a lot of stuff booked out right now. I think I've explained this before, but back in February, I booked the world title at the end of the year. I have the TV and tag belts to November to Remember. I have all that stuff planned out, laid out. The only stuff that I'm kind of doing week by week is the non-title feuds, you know what I mean? Are Awesome and Credible taking on Dreamer and Sandman, and Tositsuba and the Dudley brothers, you know what I mean? These things I'm kind of naturally just doing as I go through. But I just got a text. I heard that all the way over there. Whatever, doesn't matter, because up next, it's a big fucking match. Rob Van Dam comes down to the ring with his belt. The crowd's really fucking hype. I want you guys to picture the fact that typically we run in front of about 2.5 thousand people. This is 7.5 thousand people. This is a big fucking arena for us, right? I just think everybody just doing Rob Van Dam. And he's over as fuck, because unlike the Fed, I think I've made him slightly interesting, and he's not just some cool, what? Yeah, type of guy, you know what I mean? I think this year I've dropped the ball a little bit with RVD, but I feel like I always drop the ball with people when they get the world belt, because I feel like the world belt itself makes them relevant enough that I don't need to cater to character work as much as them anymore. I don't think RVD's really had a match on Hardcore TV yet this year, and that's mostly because I'm that weird guy who doesn't like his world champion fighting on TV. I'm not against, appearances, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I'm not falling into, the Vince McMahon Lesnar doctrine of thinking of, never have the world champ appear. No. It's I just don't like that as much, and I'm gonna try to change that moving forward. But here comes the Sandman. Not the Sandman, Sabu. Everybody's like, wait, why is the thing on the screen say the Sandman? Oh, wait, that's Sabu. Never mind, what the fuck? Anyways, Sabu comes down to the ring. He's ready to go. He looks incensed, and he's fucking jacked now, right? I have so much high hope for this match, you know what I mean? I hope that it's as crazy as I think it is, because in my head, these guys fly around the fucking ring, weapons, and just technical stuff, high-flying stuff, brawling. These are two of the most complete guys I have on my entire roster, so we'll see how well this goes. As I choke and die. I may have to pause to cough. Hold on. Yep, hold on. Yeah, you're lucky I muted myself. Anyways, it's two former friends. The whole fucking show. Rob Van Dam versus the Arabian Psychopath. It's Mr. Saturday Night taking on the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal maniac. This is probably the biggest match of this year thus far in terms of the world title picture. I don't think anybody genuinely believes Sandman could win. And if you don't think Sabu could win this, well, let's just say you're right. As in About That had superb wrestling and great heat, Rob Van Dam defeats Sabu in 27:01 by pinfall with a 5-star frog splash as Rob Van Dam makes defense number 4 of his ECW World Heavyweight Championship. ADB, great fucking match. I don't think it's the best one we've ever had. I will check that, though, because I have you also for the post-show kind of thing. But overall, that's a really fucking fire match. I think you can think of the spots that I'm picturing, like RVD delivering like a what the fuck is the word? It's not like a standing frog splash. You know, like the high fly flow, but they're standing up. I don't know what that's called. It's like a pumping crossbody or something like that. It's basically a frog splash, but it isn't. Onto Sabu on the outside. And I'm thinking like Sabu doing, somebody said it in the chat of one, or in the comments of one of the videos, Sabu's thing where he like jumps over the top rope and then lands with his legs on your neck, you know what I mean, while you're standing up. He does that, but catches it into a Hurricane Rana and tosses RVD. I'm thinking like RVD goes for a 5-star frog splash early, and Sabu just smashes him out of the air with the chair. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of all these great spots. I hope that this match kind of lived up to that. It looks like it did. That's a really good fucking show. I'm so pumped about this. I gotta talk to RVD, Sabu, and probably Douglas, because Douglas put on one hell of a match. We're going to compliment on a good performance, praise for a great performance, because let's be honest, that Douglas match was a big shocker. RVD's very happy. Sabu seems pleased. Shane Douglas was happy. Perfect. And there's Taka Michinoku. There's the big signing to fight WCW. Hooray! Yeah. Yeah. That show though, that's really good for us, especially that rating, because that hopefully is going to bring up a lot of different stuff. Hold on here. Time to heal. Dreamer wants a little bit of a break. That's okay. I'll think about that. Okay, RVD thinks Sexton is a future star. I think that's our biggest pay-per-view buy rate. Or, no, it won't be our biggest pay-per-view buy rate because, Sheik Adnan Al-Kaisi is to retire. Because he's related to Sabu, I think. Alright, maybe not, but I thought he was. He's definitely related to some Sheik. Some version of the Sheik. Dave Meltzer joined the company. There you go. Ain't that cool? I wanted to show something. Ignore all this. You don't need to look at any of this. You knew they were coming in. What's Chris Cruz pissed off about? Poor new gimmick. Alright, I guess. Whatever, man. Yeah, so that made us good money. Where's our pay-per-view revenue? Pay-per-view revenue. Yeah, that's way up compared to what it was the previous month. Excellent. Ticket sales are also way up compared to what they were in the entirety of last month, and we're halfway through. And the biggest thing that I think I want to show you guys live, right here, on camera, on air, as I'm doing this, and I've talked about doing this before, but we're going to an hour and a half. Holy shit. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited that I'm so close to branching out to being a really big company. Like, I'm so excited with that. So, like, look, you can see that we are about 4 points of importance away from being cult in America. Our popularity is going up every single month, occasionally by 2 points. We get the odd month where it's 2 points. And I think that's just how things are kind of laying out, you know what I mean? So with like a 47 in popularity, we're at a 43 in importance. So we're going to get there in a couple months. expect we might be called for November to Remember. I'm not totally confident in saying we totally will be, just because I'm not 100% sure, but we're definitely going to get there soon. You got to understand that I'm so very excited with this going forward. Quick look at our belts, because people were asking about prestige for them. There they are. I wasn't lying when I talked about the belt's prestige a couple episodes ago. I'm sorry that, like, I could only respond as a comment and not show it immediately, because I record these ahead of time. Like, what you guys are seeing right now is, at the time of uploading this, I think you guys are nearing the end of April. So you're getting close to being where I am, but you guys aren't quite. It's very interesting, I think, for me to talk like that to you guys, because, I don't know, it's just a different way of thinking about it. But, yeah, we made a lot of really good money here. I did want to check the pay-per-view buy rate. So the pay-per-view buy rate was a 0.07, which was about 3,000 buys. Yeah, that's way up from the 0.05 of the 2,000 buys. These are our TV ratings. Our TV ratings are hitting all-time highs. We're getting like 50,000 viewers now. This one hit 54,000. We're really we're really going quite strong. I'm beyond happy with how things are going right now. And I think that, like, this next show will be our first hardcore TV outside of Hammerstein. We're going to stay in New York, of course, or I guess in the tri-state area, but we'll be in a different arena. And that's scary, because I don't know what that'll do to our revenue, but hopefully it's good. All right, we'll see. Oh, I do have to check, though, really quick, if that was my best match or not. No, our best match was the one that happened. Okay, yeah, okay. Jerry Lynn losing to Angle there. That was our highest attendance, though. Our highest pay-per-view buy rate. We've had our highest TV ratings. We're in just such a good spot. Even when we were on the bigger, because for a little while we were on a bigger, like, TV provider, which I think was, yeah, this Wrestlepalooza Request TV. So we got a 0.07. And then you can see when we drop down to TV and entertainment. But even then, I think that these pay-per-view buys were nowhere near what we had before. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing so much better now than we were originally. And, yeah, we've got a lot of new talent coming in. A little upset that these guys won't be there for our big episode. Our new kind of changeover. But you can see who's coming in. So I'm not afraid to show it anymore. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys are excited going forward. As always, I always kind of have that, like, I'm sorry I'm sniffling so much and shit like that. I feel like a terrible fucking YouTuber when I record sick sometimes, but it always kind of turns out okay. Nobody ever tells me I'm a horrible human being, so thank you. No, but I was going to say, I always have that kind of scripted outro. But I will say, personally, heart to heart, I want to thank you guys so much for just sticking with me through the good and the bad, because God knows I'm not always perfect. I fuck up. I fuck up in my personal life. I fuck up on here. I fuck up in uploading stuff. I'm not nearly as consistent as I was during the big boom of the putty save. But you guys are still here. Or at least the ones that are still here, you're still here. And those are the people that I kind of want to speak to anyways. You know what I mean? The people who are sticking with me through all this stuff. And I want to thank you for that. As much as I possibly can. But while being like a person who doesn't want to give you anything, like a gift or anything, and is just wanting to give as much as he can through a video form that won't be uploaded for a couple weeks, and you'll see this way after I said it. But just know that it'll reign true even then. And it reigns true even then, you know what I mean, in the past. Thanks for Thanks for letting me kind of do what I kind of wanted to always do with my life. You know what I mean? I always kind of wanted to entertain people. That got really real at the end, but you know what? That's all right. Thanks so much as always. This is Silly Talk. Signing out.